Hello all, I'm Sheetal and welcome back to Seek Within and to our workshop series on letting go. Our next workshop in this series is about letting go of the past. Well, it actually took us some time to come up with this video. The reason being that we realized that we ourselves had to go through certain learnings and experiences regarding letting go of the past. And it has actually helped us to come up with this upcoming workshop. Even during our previous workshop on letting go of fear, we realized that during the whole process of preparing for the workshop and even during the workshop, we ourselves could release some of our own fears. So understand that healing is always an ongoing process. Now coming back to this workshop on letting go of the past, we decided to do it in two parts. That is letting go of past on the conscious level and letting go of past on the unconscious or the subconscious level. When we say past with regards to your current life, it can mean the whole lifespan since you were a child till date. Now what does this past include? It includes a whole set of experiences and memories. And with these experiences and memories, what is attached is a whole set of emotions. So when you revisit any of your experiences, past experiences or memories, so what comes up along with it is a set of emotions too. So when you remember, most of the time you like to remember only the joyful and happy experiences. The experiences which are related to these emotions. So anytime you revisit, you always feel the same emotion, happiness and joyfulness in those experiences or memories. Now, apart from these memories or experiences, there are other set of memories and experiences that you would not like to revisit because the set of emotions attached with them are very painful. So you wouldn't like to visit them, or what we generally term as bad experiences or bad memories. So we don't want to revisit them. At times something is triggered and we end up revisiting those memories and experiences. And what we unknowingly do is we tend to just shut off those memories. We don't want to revisit because of the hurt and pain that resurfaces, right? So we are always carrying these emotions on a subconscious level. We are always carrying it with us. And unknowingly, these emotions are playing a major part in your present life too, unknowingly. So when we say of letting go of the past, we are saying, trying to tell you that we are trying to let go of these emotions, these unwanted emotions that are attached to those memories. We have to release those emotions so that your present would be a different present, or your future would be completely different from what it would be if you're carrying all these emotions way ahead in your life. So to understand this, I'll just take a small story. I'll tell you a small story or an example kind of. So there is this couple who are in love with each other since 2 years. They've been going around since 2 years. Now there's this pattern with this girl that she has a very suspicious nature. Initially it wasn't much, but over a period of time, the guy ends up getting a little uncomfortable with the whole situation of those girls spying over him or constantly nagging and wanting to know certain things all the time. Now, there is nothing to be blamed regarding this boy, but this girl still consciously keeps on checking up on this guy. Now, one day this guy tells her that he is actually uncomfortable in all these experiences about she spying on him and nagging him all the time. And ultimately one day he decides to call it quits. And he tells her that he doesn't want to any longer be in this relationship. Now this is kind of a setback for this girl. She doesn't know how to handle the situation. She goes to a friend of hers and she talks to her about all that happened. But in the process of talking to her friend, she realizes that it was due to her behavior that this whole separation has happened. Now she tries to recollect why she was doing this, why she meant to hurt him in this way. Now what had happened with this girl in the past was that she had two unfulfilled relationships. In both the relationships she was cheated on and lied to. Now this girl never confronted those people or spoke to them or communicated to them or tried to resolve those situations. And she was really hurt in those two situations. But there was no closure in those relationships with those relationships. And she carried those emotions with her all through. And even during this present relationships, these emotions were unknowingly affecting her behavior. Because of her past experiences, she ended up thinking that she shouldn't be trusting or she will not be able to trust anybody. And hence, that set of behaviors were created in her present relationship. Now that she's realized it, she needs to work on these emotions, or she feels that she needs to make her relationship work. Now for her to make this relationship work, she'll have to work on these emotions. She has to let go of these emotions. She has to let go of those past emotions that are affecting her present life. There are chances that this relationship may work or not work, but definitely by healing those emotions, there are chances that she will have a better relationship in future. So what we'll be seeing in this workshop is how to detach from these emotions of your past that are affecting your present. What happens is sometimes we are not aware how these emotions are affecting you in our present, because there are repetitive cycles. Like in the case of this girl, it was a repetitive cycle because those past emotions, it was affecting her in the present current situation, right? So in this workshop, what we'll be looking into is how to detach from these emotions. It can be any area of your life. It can be relationships, it can be professional, in your career, where you have repeated patterns in every place that you've been working. Sometimes the setbacks that you received in your previous office, you tend to carry those emotions and go forward with another other job offer. You still have those unhealed emotions still in you. You're still carrying those unhealed emotions with you, and that will still affect your current job scenario also. So this letting go of the past is important because ultimately it is affecting your present, and it will also affect your future. So if you would like to know how to detach from these emotions that are no longer serving you in your present life, do join our workshop on letting go of the past. So see you soon. Stay safe. Much love. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, welcome to see you in this next module, letting go of the past. As we have seen over here in this module, we are going to work on two parts of the past. One is the conscious part and one is the unconscious part. And I'm going to be talking to you more about the unconscious part right now. So what constitutes the unconscious part is a lot of thoughts, beliefs, our conditioning, everything that comes not only from our memories but also from the society around us. Now, why do we need to let go of this unconscious part is because it plays a big role in deciding our future. Now, we may not understand how really it works in deciding our future, but let me give you a small example. Let's say you're working in a company where the atmosphere is very, very unhealthy. You have to constantly strive that you get credit for your own work. There's a lot of politics, and it's totally unhealthy that it's causing you a lot of mental stress. And one day, you decide to leave that company and join a new one. Now, a lot of people have told you that this other company has a very healthy workplace environment. And you believe it, and you go there. You're really happy that now you're in a place where you will be shining and you could actually do something good. And as you go there, you find that sometimes, you still start doubting people. Sometimes you still doubt whether your boss is going to take credit for your work, or is he really going to give you credit? And you find that nobody really has as much trust issues as you do. Now, why do you think that happens? Of course, you could say that, I just came from a place where there was a lot of things like that I saw, and it's very difficult for me to trust someone now. But sometimes this is not something that you're even conscious about. Things that have happened long past tend to affect you even today, without you realizing that it was something that you collected from that memory. It was something that you collected from something that has happened long past. If there is an event in your life which has created a very strong memory and feelings and thoughts and emotions, it will affect you sometime in the future. But if you do not release it, it may affect you in a way where it will work against you rather than with you. And that's why we need to really delve deep into our unconscious and release that particular part. There could also be belief systems, the society conditioning that we have taken on that forms a part of our unconscious. An example is when you hear people talk about rich people, or let's say someone around you. How many times do you hear that rich people are good, rich people are excellent? And how many times do you tend to hear that rich people are nasty, rich people are not so good, rich people are not good to work with? Try and see for yourself what are the sentences and statements you hear every single day. And you will see that your belief already is inclined in a direction which you have not experienced yourself, but you have been constantly hearing other people say. Now, this particular part of the past works in a way that traditions, rituals do. That we do not really want to invite problems in our lives, but we tend to invite them just because we believe that they should be existing. Let me give you an example. There was this Buddhist monastery where they used to do meditation at a particular hour every day. And one day during this meditation hour, a cat walked in and created a lot of disturbance. So the head monk decided that the cat should be caught and tied to a tree outside and released only in the evening. Now, this started happening for a few days, and the head monk decided that the cat should be caught every single day and tied to the tree outside and released only in the evening. So this sort of became something that they started doing every single day. It sort of became like a ritual. So when this head monk died and a new head monk came in his place, he also continued the same thing. The cat was caught every day and tied to the tree outside. So far, so good. A few months later, the cat died. And everyone was in a predicament as to what to do now. What they decided to do was to purchase the cat from the market, and then it was caught every day and tied outside. It is kind of like, even if the problem in your life leaves, you're not really able to let go. You want to invite the problem in and then take care of it. You want the problem to be constantly there because you want the feeling that you're taking care of it. So sometimes in our unconscious, there are a lot of things that even without realizing, we believe that this should happen in this way. This should work in this particular way. And we just tend to invite problems in our lives due to that. This is how it functions against us. This is how it makes us do things that are not really necessary, that are not really important, and they do not let us grow. Because it's a simple thing attached to something that is not even relevant today that we are holding on to. So when we talk about the unconscious part of our past, and when we go into the workshop, we will delve deep into the unconscious. We will see how to tap into the thoughts and the belief systems, how to bring out those beliefs that are working for you, the beliefs that are working against you, how to question them, and how to see and form a better, healthy attitude towards the things that you really want to happen in your life. And I look forward to seeing all of you there in our Letting Go of the Past module. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Have a good day.